So, I wanted to talk to you guys today about a sensitive topic. A topic that a lot of people have a lot of stigmas about, and that's certain people's practices. Let's take, for instance, practitioners. Because a lot of times, things that we don't understand, things that we don't research, things that we don't take the necessary steps to try to understand it all, we tend to put a stigma on it. Now let's take our type of situations to where a lot of people who attack us, they use other people to do that. And again, let's take practitioners for instance. Because we don't understand practitioners, because that's not something that we partake in, a lot of people automatically deem them to be demonic. And I just don't agree with that. Now the thing is, some practitioners, just like any other religion, it's something that's practiced throughout their lineage. You know, it's like maybe their grandmother, great-grandmother, their mother, and then them, they become practitioners. That's something that they believe in. That's something that they show respect to. And just because it's not what you may practice does not deem it to be demonic. But I think here's where things get misconstrued. Here's where things go left, and here's where they're labeled and it's not actually their fault. Let's take those who attack us. Let's take them for instance. These are the ones who, they don't really believe in what practitioners actually believe in. The only thing they want is some kind of revenge. They want to insert some kind of hurt, harm, or danger to someone. And so they use these individuals. They use them. They go and try to get their services. They dangle money in their faces. And it's actually insulting. It's actually like they must feel as if they can buy that person's integrity. It's a manipulation. They have no respect for whatever it is that these practitioners actually believe in. Now, I'm not here to advocate for anyone's beliefs because I honestly believe that everybody has the right to practice whatever it is they feel comfortable practicing. But it's like, it's the audacity. Let's say that you're a prophet or a prophetess. Can you imagine anyone coming to you and trying to buy your gifts for their own gain? They don't have any respect for your beliefs. They don't have any respect for your gifts, your talents. The only thing they see is what they want. The only thing they see is personal gain. It's a setup. It is a setup for these people to use anybody. These people do not care. They will use anyone that they can. They have no respect for anyone else's beliefs. They have no respect for anyone else's lineage. And it's a slap in the face. Now, I don't know anything about being a practitioner. The only thing I know is from my research and from my beliefs, a lot of these practitioners, it is something that runs through their lineage. They take it just as serious as any other religion. And because it's not like the popular religions, because it's something that has been labeled, they're kind of ostracized. And I will say it again and again. I'm not here to advocate for anybody's practices or anybody's beliefs, but I do have respect for whatever it is that anybody wants to practice or wants to believe in. And I don't think it's right for people to use other people's practices and beliefs for their own personal gain, especially when they feel as if they can buy your integrity, especially when they feel that they've done their research and they think, I won't do any divination on this person because if karma comes back, it'll come back to the practitioner. I mean, think about how manipulative that is. They go to these practitioners with a bunch of lies about the client that they're referring to. They do not tell them the truth. They must think very little of these practitioners to feel as if that practitioner is not going to tap in. They're not going to do the research on the client. For the life of them, these people do not understand spiritual laws. They do not. They just feel the only laws that they need to abide by is their own laws, their own wants, their own needs, their own selfishness. They get these voodoo dolls, but they haven't done any research as far as the history behind voodoo or the history behind black magic. They don't do any research. They Google a few things, they watch a few YouTube videos, and then they give it a shot. And then when it doesn't work for them, they go seek the services of an actual practitioner. But just think about that for a minute. For the practitioners out there who these kinds of people seek your services, Please pay attention. They have zero respect for your practice. They have zero respect for your beliefs, for your talents. They have zero respect for your lineage. They actually feel that they can buy you. They actually feel as if they can come before you, tell you a bunch of lies, and manipulate you. Basically, they feel if they dangle a few dollars in your face, they feel that they can buy your integrity. And they feel that you're just flat out not smart enough to see the manipulation. And that's the sad part. But then again, it's very realistic, because as we can see, a lot of these folks disrespect their own spiritual practices. They portray themselves to be one thing in public, but then they practice different things behind closed doors. Now, how do you do that? Let's say you go to church. How do you go to church in the daytime and then you go home and you practice dark magic? You go home and you have a drawer full of different voodoo dolls that you're stabbing with an ice pick. How do you do that? They have zero authenticity when it comes to anything. There is hardly anything from what I can see that they show any respect to, other than what it is they want, and they're willing to manipulate whoever needs to be manipulated. Now, the only reason that I'm bringing this up, guys, is because I do notice that a lot of us say that spell work is being done to us. And sometimes these people, yes, they do seek out the services of practitioners. But please believe, they are seeking out the services of these practitioners with lies. They are manipulating these practitioners. That's what they're doing. They don't think that they're smart enough to figure it out. They definitely feel as if they can buy their integrity. And the worst part about that is they knowingly walk into that transaction with the intention of, if there's any kind of karma that's going to happen, it'll happen to the practitioner. It won't happen to me. That's how they walk into that transaction. Just thinking about themselves as always, not caring what happens to another person as always, trying to manipulate someone as always. So listen, guys, even though spell work is done on a lot of us, please don't automatically think it is the practitioner's fault. Do your research. Understand that everybody has the right to practice whatever it is they practice. And just because it's not what you practice does not make it immoral. It just makes it different from what you practice. And do some research on these things. I know growing up we were taught this was bad, this was demonic, this was evil, just because it's different from what we practice. Well, I'm an adult now, and so I actually do my due diligence. So I don't just allow anybody to direct me on what I should and should not know. I do my research. I look into things because I have respect for people's practices. I have respect for the things that different people believe in, regardless if I partake in it or not. That's irrelevant, because we all have the right to practice what we practice. I used to be religious, but now I practice spirituality. That does not make me evil. That does not make me demonic. That's just what I choose to do. And it's a shame, because these individuals have no respect for anything anyone believes in, to the point to where they just feel they can Google some things or they can watch some videos, and now they feel that they're a practitioner. And the thing about it, like I said, they don't believe in spiritual laws. It's the same thing as having a gun, guys. Guns are legal. You have the right to bear arms in most states. However, you do not have the right to just walk around harming people just because you have a license to carry. Just as much as you don't have the right to hire someone else to harm someone because they have a license to carry. That's against the law. But what these folks are doing, they're seeking out the services of those who they feel can harm people. They're telling them these fabricated stories. They're manipulating them. They are literally lining these people up because they know that justice is going to be served at some point. They don't know when, they don't know how, but they do know that justice is going to be served at some point. And what they're doing is they're keeping their hands clean. They're making sure that when it's time for justice to be served, that the fingers are pointing at you. They're not telling you this. They're telling you sob stories. They're telling you lies. But in all actuality, that is exactly what they are doing. It's called lining somebody up. Because as disrespectful as it is, they feel you're not smart enough to figure it out. They feel you will go for their lies. They feel you won't do any research. They feel that you're in such a desperate situation that they can buy your integrity. They can move you around their chessboard as pawns. And when the chips fall, they're going to say it's you. They're going to say they didn't do anything. Please see it for what it is, guys, because it's so blatantly obvious. but they feel you're not paying attention. They feel you have dollar signs in your eyes. They don't think you take your practices seriously. They don't think you have any respect for the things that you believe in. The only thing they see is manipulation. The only thing they see is that in their mind, they're smarter than you. For the people that they hire, they've done their research on you as well. Trust and believe that. They have done their research to see your financial situation. They figure out what exactly you need in your life, and they dangle that thing over your head so you could become their pawn. But ask them if any of these people ever got caught. Ask them if any of these people ever got questioned by authorities. Please, guys, know when you are being lined up. Know when someone is manipulating you to take the fall in the event that justice is served and their hands are going to be clean. Even down to those who they give money to defame your character. They'll make sure that those are the individuals who justice is served on. And they're just going to simply turn the other way when you have to go through the motions of justice being served. These folks don't care about your freedom. They care about their own freedom. Whenever they give you money, that's a payment for their freedom. And that's a payment for you to take the fall. Make sense of it, guys, please. Be smarter than these people think that you are. Do your due diligence. When someone is offering you something to do something immoral, ask yourself how come they're not doing it. Ask yourself why they're trying to bring you on board. Open your eyes and see the manipulation, guys. That's important. Because if you don't see the manipulation, they're going to continue to feel as if you're not smart enough to figure it out. They're going to continue to feel as if whatever it is you need, they'll try their best to get it to you so you can be a pawn in their game. Because in their mind, it is a game that they're trying to win. It's a selfish game, but it is a game to them. And believe me, if it comes down to you getting justice served or them getting justice served, they're going to point you out. They're going to say you did it. They're going to say they have no affiliation with you. They're going to deny any kind of collaboration. You have to stay one step ahead of the game, guys, because these people will have people going to jail for attacking innocent people who have done nothing. And I feel like they do all that lying because they know if they were to tell the truth to these individuals will see them for the monsters that they are. They will see it's immoral. They will see it's petty. They will see that these individuals that they're asking to be attacked does not deserve it. So they have to come up with lies in order to gain their trust. They have to. And they are banking on the fact that you won't figure that out. I'm not sure what makes these people feel so superior to everyone else, so much smarter than everyone else. I'm thinking that's what they convince themselves. But then again, they are successful sometimes. They are successful with gathering people to do their dirty work while their hands stay clean. The only thing that they do is they sit back and monitor people like me to see if what you're doing is working. But in the event the authorities get involved, they're most definitely going to say they've done nothing. They are most definitely going to put it on you because they know by that time it's too late. If by the time you figure it out, you're behind bars, they know it's too late. They know you can't do anything to them at that point. Open your eyes, guys, because staying one step ahead of these individuals who are more unstable than they can admit, you may save your own freedom. Because if you pay attention, these people are going out of their way to make sure they maintain their freedom, and they can care less about yours. And that's just a fact. Your freedom is the furthest thing from their mind. The only thing they see is their own selfishness. The only thing that they see is what they want, and they are willing to use anyone for anything to get what they want. Don't be a pawn in their game, because your life is not a game. I know my life is not a game, but you guys who they're hiring, you are attacking innocent people. You guys are literally attacking people who have done nothing. And that just doesn't make sense. Stay one step ahead of the game, guys. And that doesn't make you crazy. Because I'm not crazy. And neither are you.